Today, I want to invite my son because we're going to talk about math. We're going to talk about Shormann math. We're going to talk about Saxon math. And we're going to talk about teaching textbooks. And we're going to wrap it all together at the end. So stay tuned. Hi, I'm Nancy Marie Peterson. I've been homeschooling for 20 years. I have 6 kids. I have 5 that's graduated, and I have 1 left. And he's who I want to talk to today about Shormann math. So before Shormann, what math did you do?
Teaching textbooks.
And what did you do before teaching textbooks?
Saxon.
And give me a little bit of background. You did Saxon all the way from kindergarten all the way to pre-algebra.
6th grade, I think.
And then we did 8-7 Saxon, and then we jumped to teaching textbooks when we did algebra. Did you only do 1 year of teaching textbooks?
I only did 1 year.
Okay, so he did 1 year of teaching textbooks. So a little backstory, his 2 older sisters did Saxon all the way through. His next 2 siblings did Saxon all the way to algebra, and then they did teaching textbooks, algebra 1 and 2, and geometry. And then I gave him the choice of what he wanted to do. He did Saxon, and then he went to teaching textbooks, and then we struggled last year. So last year we kind of hit a bump in the road. Why did you want to switch?
It just was very, very confusing how they worded out the whole thing. They could have done it way more streamlined, way simpler. They treated it more as like a game and more of, they didn't take as much time as math as they should have. They more went too fast.
So we jumped ship, and we didn't really know a lot about it, but I did know Shormann math, and they're not sponsoring. They don't even know we exist. But I did look up Shormann math, and it had a lot to do with the way John Saxon taught math, and I really liked that. So then we decided to take the plunge. It was a lot more expensive than the other math curriculums that we had used in the past, but because only 1 kid left, we thought, let's go for it. So well, tell me, what do you like about Shormann math?
I like the teacher. He's very, very streamlined. He has a good aspect on math, and he has a good faith in God, which is good. I love how he teaches. It's a nice way to teach. Sometimes it's a little confusing, but he always writes it back and shows you how to do it. You can do one-on-one calls with him. It's really streamlined. And I like the video they do in the beginning. It really helps me understand.
I didn't coach him to say any of this, but the bottom line is, when I asked you the other day, we were talking about what the difference was between Saxon, teaching textbooks, and Shormann. Like, what did he like about it? And the one thing you said you liked about it mostly is that it did a lot more review. It didn't just teach you a concept and then just leave it and expect you to master it. And so you were sharing that you thought Shormann did a lot better at reviewing concepts?
Yes. For Shormann, they have 4 sections, and at the end of each 4 sections, they kind of review what you learned in the last section. So if I did 1 to 25, lesson 1, they do a 26. They reviewed a little bit, but they also learn new things, so it keeps building up. It really helps.
So this is Boaz. I didn't already introduce him. He's 15 years old. He's doing Shormann math for the first time this year, and we jumped in to do algebra. We had done teaching textbooks algebra last year, and we just kind of went back and forth.
It's algebra and geometry.
And Shormann is?
Mm-hmm. It's algebra and geometry.
This is probably the first time I've been completely more hands-off with it, and it corrects it, and it does everything, which teaching textbooks does that too, but I was a little bit more involved because I would make him go back and correct his work if he got something wrong. And here they do it a little bit different with Shormann. They encourage you not to go back and to get it right, which is a little bit against what I believe, my philosophy. We're giving it a try this year. So this is our mid-year kind of review of Shormann math, what we think about it and how it's going so far. So far, what would you say?
I say it's really good. I like the beginning part of what I've done so far. It's very streamlined and it teaches me a lot more than I would say teaching textbooks. And I don't really remember too much of Saxon, but from what my memory is, it does teach me better. And I like the philosophy of Saxon, how it reviews. And that's really, really good for me personally, because I can't just get something instantly. So it's really, really good for review. And the videos are really nice to watch them because I'm a visual person, and it's a lot better than me just reading it. And that helps a lot.
How much time do you think math takes you now?
45 to 30 minutes, usually 30 minutes on average. If it's a longer and harder lesson, 45.
And the one thing Shormann does say to do, it says to only do math for 1 hour. Once you hit that hour, just stop. Don't keep plugging through. And I think there were some times we would take math a little bit longer and it was a little stressful. And I would say so far, we switched at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. And so we've been doing it for quite a few months. We're in February now, and we haven't had a lot of complaints. I'm a big stress on 90% or above, and it hasn't always hit the 90% or above, but we are getting there, and he is growing, and he is understanding it better, and he's doing better in math, and I think he has a better attitude with math. And I think it's heavily, would you say it has a very strong Christian undertone to it, or even
Yes.
not even an undertone? It's blatantly Christian.
It's blatantly Christian. It's not like saying randomly, it was like randomly in the first one say, yeah, this is about God and Jesus, and then moving on. They would try to completely review it. Like before every lesson will say, take time and pray and don't just follow up. I forgot exactly to say it, but they say a Bible verse that says, do all things with godly intention instead of just going through it and not even trying. Always have stuff with godliness in mind.
So it's a very strong Christian curriculum, even with math, which they really filter it in there, which you do like that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do like it. So we'll keep you in a review on the end of the year, but this is our mid-year review for Shormann Math, Algebra 1, and just giving you an overview of how we're experiencing it as a family and how successful it's been for us. And we will keep you posted, and we'll wrap it up at the end of the year and kind of tell you overall what we think about it when we get to the end of the year. All right. Hopefully that's helped you. And as always, stay intentional, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna go with my 2 sticks.